Hello, everyone. It is me again. I don't know what happened to my last live stream. Something went crazy. And I guess Joe Biden crack pipe thing was up there and it just decided to stay. So, what I am here to tell you is that today, after I did my live, I went out and decided to support Black businesses, yes, yes, and small business, local businesses in our city. So I went to one Black business. Yay, great service. Everything was wonderful. Then I decided to go out and support a local business. And I went to the store called Second Fling in Goldsboro, North Carolina. I did my shopping. I had been in the store for about maybe 30, 45 minutes. It's like a consignment store. And I was looking around and everything. So I picked out a couple of items to support them. These was on 50% sale. And you know, everybody, we love a good sale. So I go to the counter to pay for my items and I whip out my business card because I was buying something pertaining to Save News. And it wouldn't, I don't think it would have mattered whether it was a business or personal card, but either way, the business card has Save News LLC on it, and it also has Ashley Hubbard on it, my name, as to I'm the authorized person to use the card. Well, before I eat, well, that's why I said the reason why I said it wouldn't have mattered whether it was a business card or not, because when she saw a card come out of my wallet, she asked me for an ID. I was like, okay, we have cards today that you can just tap. You don't even have to put in a pin. You don't have to do anything. And even sometimes you put a card in and it'll just boom, approve. You don't have to sign. You don't have to show. You don't have to put in a pin. You don't have to put in an ID. So I asked her because I'm curious. Why am I needing to show an ID? I didn't see anybody else in the store. You know, the store very full. They had two, three cashiers working cash registers. None of them asked anybody for an ID. So I'm wondering now, is it because I'm Black? Is it because I have locks? Exactly why am I requested to show an ID? This is suspect. And she said, well, it's our policy to ask anyone paying with a credit card or debit card to show an ID. And I said, okay, well, why hasn't anyone else shown an ID? You know, this store is on the highway. There's a lot of traffic, people traveling all around the country. You know, I can understand the ID policy. I'm not mad at it. I'm just saying, why did I have to show one? Well, she said that's what we're supposed to do. I said, oh, okay. Where is that written at? I see you have the information if somebody writes a check or if they get insufficient funds. I see your policies on that. It's $35 if somebody wrote a check and it was returned. I see other policies that's on your counter, but I see nowhere anyone has to show an ID. So one lady, one of the cashiers, she just ran. I mean, it was just like, oh boy, this is getting ready to be something. So she decides that she said, well, I'm gonna go get the manager. I said, okay. So I stand there, and while I'm standing there, other people getting checked out. Nobody's asked for no ID with no card. The lady across from me, checked this lady out of the other persuasion. Did not ask for a card. Nothing. So the manager comes and she said, well, this is how we train them to ask people for an ID. And I said, well, I don't have a problem. She said, it's for safety reasons. I said, I have absolutely no problem with that because as a business owner, if I was to lose my card, I don't mind anybody asking for ID to use it. But however, or any other cards that I have, my personal card or whatever. But the thing of it is consistency. And I am not seeing consistency in this store. And then, especially people that was, you know, of my persuasion, maybe, you know, and she said, well, our regular customers, we don't ask for an ID because we know them. I said, now, wait a minute. I've been in this store for 30 to 45 minutes, and there's been at least 15, 15 or more people being checked out. Are you about to tell me that of all these people, all of these are regular customers? I said, even the young lady, while I was standing in line, it was two people ahead of me. There was another lady of another persuasion who paid with a card, no ID check. There was an African American black lady in front of me. She paid with cash, so no need. Well, she said, well, this is the way we've been trained. I said, okay, then. This is not consistent. And what I see is that certain color people aren't being asked for an ID, but I am being asked for an ID. If this is to a company policy, it should be written somewhere. You have all these other policies written on how your store is ran, the fees, if somebody write a bad check and all of that. But nowhere does it say you must present an ID when you're paid with a credit card. And the only people I see that's being paid that paid with a credit card or being asked for a credit ID with a credit card is me, and I'm black with locks. And so the lady said, "Well, that's what we train them to do." I said, "Okay, well, I'm trained to report." And she said, "Would you like to speak with the owner?" I said, "Oh no, 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 no. I don't need to speak with the owner. It's okay. This is your policy. Your policy is to ask black people with locks. I just happen to have locks. I don't know whether locks played into it for ID. But my job is to report that there is inconsistencies in your store. If you ask me for an ID, you need to ask everybody. And as a resident here in the city, I came here to support a local small business, but guess what? I will not be supporting you again. I haven't been in that store for about 8, 10 years, but for some strange reason, I decided to go there today. They have a large clientele of Black African American people, and this is something that maybe they didn't notice or they decided not to say anything, but evidently there was complaints or issue before because, like I stated, when I was asking the cashier about their policy, the other lady immediately ran to get the manager. So as I stated, I went outside to report live from the store, but due to in the other studio, I had um, crazy crack Joe Biden crack pipes, and that's what showed up. So I am doing this live again. I'm not going to stay up here long. I just wanted to let you know while you're shopping while black in Goldsboro, North Carolina, at a store called Second Fling, if you're black and possibly if you have locks and you want to pay with your debit card, your credit card, you will be required to show ID. And it's funny because I saw another lady being checked out that wrote a check and wasn't asked for ID. But it is what it is. We know what it is. All right, everybody. Hopefully, there's nothing else happening today. But if there is, I'll come back live. God bless. Have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share the video. All right. Be blessed. Bye.